Welcome one, welcome all to the Jerkmonger Show. I am your host, the Jerkmonger, coming at you live from my well, not live. I'm still in YouTube jail, coming at you pre-recorded from my studio, whatevs. Anyway, check it out. I want to show you guys some of what I've been kind of doing here. This is kind of a DOOMKICKER update as to what I'm developing here. I have a piece of art here that I've been kind of working on that's gonna serve a tremendous purpose, but I'm also working on some new monster designs. This is part of that bit of information there. I've got some adjustments I want to make to this, but I think this is pretty cool. But I also have something really clever. It's a clever girl. I've been kind of goofing around with these shapes and stuff, and I had done some of this in the beginning, and one of the challenges I had was trying to figure out how to make this work for the purposes of the story. How do I pull this off? And I came up with some interesting stuff here. I really like this design a lot. I think this is going to be something I'm going to use more often. And of course, this is an interesting take on a Cthulhu-esque feeling thing. I'm not totally sure yet, but this is definitely a little bit of tango in Paris here. I think I'm going to go with this. I'm not sure. I'm not even sure what that means, like that, what I just said. But anyway, definitely playing around with this idea of what's something that's not from this world, but not something from space, not something, I'm really trying to do something very different than what's typical of what you see in comics. So we'll see how that goes. So while we're on the subject, I'm just going to do some quick drawing and just try to explore another concept, probably more in line with something like this here. So I'm going to set this to the side, and I'm going to continue to work on this here. I'm going to shuffle my stuff around because I really need to be prepared. I have to be prepared for this. But anyway, so what I want to do is I'm going to play around a bit with the concept of this idea. I think I'm going to draw it out first. Maybe that's part of the things. I got to figure out what he looks like, because I got to make sure I can draw this, and then this is how I'll probably approach the inking of the thing. So maybe this is kind of where, and the great thing about this, I don't have to be super perfect about anything in particular, because I am, you know, these are just ideas, these are just sketches. I gotta adjust my light here so you guys can see what I'm drawing. So this is pretty cool overall deal there. And so this might have a hunch back, you know, and maybe, so I had this idea of a weird creature with these kind of legs, but now that I feel like I've arrived at something more interesting. I like this a lot too. I wonder maybe, so the trick to this maybe is to design it so that there's a bit of a, well, I like this feel. I like the feel that this has, like almost like a, you know, almost a weird bulldog kind of deal. All right, so let's play with that. I'm just trying some stuff out. Maybe this works, maybe it doesn't work. I don't know. So if I was to wait before I go any further, I'm gonna calm this down a little bit with some erasings and give myself a little bit of room, since I hate drawing over dark pencil, so that's something I want to avoid. And I'm going to go ahead and ink some cool stuff. Let's see what I come up with. Maybe I do some of that. Maybe I like the idea of playing with I like playing with the black shapes as though this is how I would ink sometimes metal or textured surfaces or leather. I just like this, and I've already worked over something I didn't want to do, but let's see if I can pull this off further. The goal is to kind of come up with this feel like it's something from another place, not exactly of this world. And as long as I have a strong structure underneath, I could always play around with some of these, the feel of this stuff. I like this idea of, and I like the idea of making letting the ink, so it's like, is it an armor? Is it, what is it? Is it, oh yeah, that's fun. That's fun. Like that looks dangerous. That looks cool. And what's cool about it also is that we're working with organic brushstrokes that are not computer necessarily. There's nothing wrong if I could figure that out, but I want to do this book traditional, so I want to make sure that I'm playing around with ideas that make the most sense for my project. And this is where it might get a little tricky, because this style is cool, but you know, as long as I'm, you know, creating some interesting shapes, it's important that you still see the form. That's what I'm gonna make sure I can do. I might have lost the form up here. Maybe if I come back this way. That looks pretty cool. And maybe I like, you know, I tend to draw little things, little spickle things that come out, and it's almost like he's made of those things, right? And they're floating in front of him instead of always being there. So what else can I do? I can, again, this is all stuff for DOOMKICKER. This is all new ideas that I'm trying to bring out. Ooh, that's cool. Maybe this has to come out a little further so you can imagine the shape on the other side. So when you see that other white shape, you get it there. And maybe, oh, I like this. I like carving in little, I like throwing in little extra little bits, like in here. And what's neat about this is supposed to be like, it's always shifting. It's never the same. So we'll always come back and do some stuff here. I'm going to try something too. I'm going to do it with this pen, my Presto pen. And I'm going to that helps it quite a bit. That makes him look super dangerous. I love this already. Love it. Ooh, how about that? That's fun. That's fun and funky. That's fun and funky. I love it. So here I'll yeah, I like it. I like it. And what we'll do is we'll carve out this back here. Won't be as detailed, so you can see the other things pop the way it ought to. I'm going to do this something similar here. Oh yeah. What do you guys think? I'm pretty excited about this. I'm pretty fracking excited about it. Maybe those need to be longer, but it probably should be longer. Maybe he's got a tail. And maybe he's got one of these things. I think that's pretty rad. That is pretty cool. And then one of the things we talked about, I was talking with Doug about this, maybe we can do stuff like that. That could work really cool. Maybe this turns into, I already pushed my finger into it. Yeah. So I like doing this sort of stuff. I like that this is kind of coming out pretty cool. We can put a little extra eyeballs there, like kind of how I was designing the other one. Oh, look at that. That's hot. That's hot. I don't know. I kind of like it. All right. Tell me what you guys think in the comments. And like I said, that's just a quick update as to what I'm doing. I'm still in YouTube jail. So if you guys would be so kind as to pass this around, share it amongst your friends, get my channel built up enough, and then hopefully when the time comes, when I come back with live streaming here on YouTube, it'll be better than ever. But in the meantime, I'm just having a good time being prepared. I'm still doing my stuff over on Twitch, and I'm also doing stuff on Instagram as well. So I hope you guys enjoy what you just saw. We will talk some more very, very soon. Adios and bye. It's true.